Biggest takeaway from the Oklahoma State game?
I think the biggest takeaway is how our kids hung in there and fought through the whole game. It wasn't an easy environment. The weather conditions weren't great. They faced a little bit of adversity, kept fighting in there. It wasn't our better game, one of our better games we played, and yet we found a way to win.
Now heading into the TCU, what do you see from their offensive line?
Well, I think their offensive line's solid. They do so many things on the perimeter and have a quarterback that can run. When you have a quarterback that runs the option, that's the offset.
Talk about getting ready for Boykin and kind of what he brings. It obviously is a different style than you guys have faced the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's a very different style. In fact, that's the hardest thing is to be able to duplicate that kind of speed that they have back there in the backfield. Getting the guy, the execution is very difficult to do. We don't run the option here. So, we have to really manufacture that at practice and be able to get the kind of look, and it's going to be difficult to get that look. So you worry about that, getting caught up to game speed. I'm certainly not going to play scout team quarterback, so that's a joke. Don't bring that anymore. Go ahead anyway. So I think we're going to, that'll be hard to duplicate getting ready. They have great skill players. I think their tempo is something, we'll have to be ready for. So it's really going to be it's a tough challenge ahead.
For the line, what's the number one thing you guys have to do when you're preparing for a quarterback like Trayvon?
Wow, you always got to know where he is and keep him on your inside shoulder. I mean, it's one of the things that you have to be very disciplined in your rush lanes, very disciplined in your assignments, and I think that's the part that's hard to. You can't be as reckless as you might want to be. You coach aggressiveness and how to do all those things, but it's there's a fine line between being aggressive and not being very smart, and knowing where he is and what he can do at all times to you. And he makes a lot of people miss too, so we're going to have to be aware of that.
This is obviously a different challenge than Baylor, but they got credit for running the football to the tune of 250 yards per game. Is this team in that category in terms of the way they run the football? I know
it absolutely is. It's a different style attack. I think they've got the running plays with the tailbacks, or they're similar. It's that option game that's new. It's different. How they attack the perimeter is a little bit different too, with a lot of the things that they like to do. So it's a different style than Baylor. It's very lethal. Anytime you can put up 82 points, I feel bad for these stadiums because they're going to have to go buy new scoreboards one of these days. Because they only got 2 digits, right? So it's a problem for the athletic directors. Have to raise some money, I guess, get new scoreboards. But 82 points. What was it? 700 and some yards. It's just impressive. I think the thing too that it's really going to be difficult for us is they're hitting on all cylinders right now, and that's a challenge. And you welcome those things, but it'll be a tough afternoon.
What's it say about the parity and the skill level really all across the Big 12, knowing that both of these teams were 4-8 last year, 3-5 going into this game, and now College Game Day's here. It's got national attention, top 20 matchup.
Yeah, I tell you, it's really. I think it tells you a lot about the skill level in this league is different than obviously anything I've seen. It's week in and week out. Everybody has pretty darn good skilled players, and so you have to be prepared every week. I think, once again this week our problem will be to try to eliminate the big play. They get a lot of them. When you, like I said, you throw 700 and some yards at somebody, you're getting some big plays. So, they're going to get plays. We just have to minimize the big play.